What's up, everybody? Sean P. Green, aka Fudge. I am live on the GC Sports or God Chaser Sports Facebook page, GC Sports 2000 on Facebook. So we also have the main page here that we use for all the links for everything. So if anybody's not on social media, they have a way to watch and review and communicate, ask questions, etc. So this is gcsports2000.wordpress.com. And once again, GC Sports 2000 is on Facebook. And we also have a group for that. And I think we have all the info right here. Here's all your links. Friend request me because I'm the commissioner. Plus, you like the page that you're watching right now live. You might be watching this on YouTube, but that's the live link for the Facebook page. The Facebook group is also GC Sports, and Twitter, GC Sports 2000. Once again, YouTube, it's complicated, so just go to our Facebook page or whatever to find all the details. And here's the main website link. So I am really excited because I really haven't talked about sports too much in the Buffalo area, but of course, anybody who's a fan of football, and if you hate the Bills, that's fine. But my Buffalo Bills made it to the playoffs because of their win in Pittsburgh. So excited about that. Pittsburgh Steelers, or as they say down there, Stillers. Yes, my Bills and the Bills Mafia showed up. They showed up, man. It was exciting to see how great of a team that we have, especially the defense. We are second only to the New England Patriots, our division rival. It's a great feeling. And it's interesting to note that we didn't allow the Patriots to run all over our defense. So we're excited about that. So we have some updates, and usually I do the Monday update for the fantasy sports, but I was tired, exhausted. I had a long 3 months, and I just didn't feel like doing it yesterday. So forgive me for that. Without any further ado, let's go right to football first because it is complete. It is over for now. This week 15, is on the horizon, and it's going to be an exciting one. But week 14 is complete in the fantasy leagues, and I have some good news on my part, and I have some bad news on my part. I'm going to try to invite a few people, so bear with me here. Let's invite some cats. All right. We're going to go right to, I'm going to go to the leagues here in a second. So here's the results of a lot of my teams. I'm going to bring this down here, and I'm going to invite some people privately while you're watching my madness here. All right. So as you see, I won 5 of the 7 leagues. However, only 2 of them are actually playoff teams. And that would be the Christian League. I'm going to give you a little bigger picture of this. Okay. The Christian League, I'm in the running. Nope. Christian World League, I'm in the running. For the first time, I'm in the running, beating the defending champions, also known as Germano. And the Water Walking Warriors, my division rival, snuck up on me. I won the division. I had the second place bye, and it was terrible for my team. So the Water Walking Warriors has advanced in the playoffs. We'll get into that. Plus, my first place bid that I was hoping for didn't pan out. But I'm in third place overall, and I won my first round for the Veterans League. So excited about that. So those are my two leagues that I'm actually have a chance to win a title. The rest of these, this one is a consolation bracket. This one I didn't even make the playoffs. That's also consolation now. This one didn't make anything. I think I'm bottom of the barrel overall. Christian League, I didn't make it again. I'm in a consolation for that. So that's a good win at least for at least that bracket. And again, these three were my playoff leagues right here. And we'll get into that 1 second. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to chat with some of my colleagues, invite them to a chat with me. Just bear with me on this one. How's everybody doing? Again, we're excited up here in the Western New York area, Buffalo, Rochester, New York included. We all had pretty exciting time watching this game. It was a nail biter. And join on the live stream. All right. Give me a second here. The GCSports fantasy sports fantasy. Join the fantasy sports live stream via StreamYard. All right, guys, give me 1 second. All right. So I'm going to start inviting everybody in the leagues. Some of y'all probably just want to get this live stream over with because you're pumped up. Some of you are deflated like a Patriots football. So we'll get into the hockey and the basketball leagues after the football leagues this time. Usually I start with the hockey and basketball to get it out of the way and hype up the Monday night football game. But since we already figured out who won Monday night, which was the New Orleans Saints, okay, Drew Brees passed Peyton Manning for the record of most touchdowns by a quarterback. And I think kind of neck and neck with a couple other or one active player as well. Probably the most competitive football player of all time, I say, Tom Brady. I will give him that much. But his era could be over with the rise of this new Buffalo Bills team. I mean, this defense is not being outdone by anybody this year. And we've proved ourselves, I think, to both the Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. But the real test and the Pittsburgh has been on a roll for a couple weeks, and we slowed them down. But it shows that, man, we have a defense. And they say over time, they've been saying defense wins Super Bowls. Am I wrong? I mean, I look back at the Baltimore Ravens of past. Ray Lewis twice winning it. I look at Ray Lewis as the key ingredient to a Super Bowl championship team, being the head of a defense on both times and winning. Although, I mean, the Giants really had it. They stepped it up, beating the Patriots twice. but it was Eli Manning who got the MVP for that one. So go figure. You just don't know who's going to be the champion. Last year, I mean, I think the Saints got robbed by that foul play by the Rams. Everybody that's into the football leagues, you know, you've seen it. You saw how it happened. And I think the Saints and Chiefs both should have been in it last year. To me, that would have been a great Super Bowl. The Chiefs and the Rams played each other last year during the regular season, and that was a phenomenal game too. But the Chiefs were showing to be the top dogs overall until the Cheatriots. That's what people like to nickname them, the Cheatriots. uh, it is what it is, man. You can't please everybody, but as long as you're smart about who you're playing, you know, you have a chance to win. But man, I tell you what, it's so easy to say that, you know, Patriots are cheating. It's easy to say that. All right, so let's just skip that. I just invited a bunch of people. Hopefully, we'll have some sort of response. If not, I get it. But let's just hit it. Here is the recap for the Fantasy Football League for week 14. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, we're in week 15 already. That's it. That's right. Some of these leagues are in their second to the last round. So some of these leagues just started. So let's go to the rookie league. I think this is their second week. The rookie league. All right. The Fantasy Hawks beat our division rival. Both of those guys are my division rivals. So Fantasy Hawks, they took me out last week, and now they took out Gilberto, right? Just double check. Let's recap. Yep. Fantasy Hawks beat me. RJ beat $8,000. Gilberto beat the number 1 seed, Dakota, which probably is favorable to the Fantasy Hawks because Dakota has been such a big asset in winning. And the Cubbies beat the Broncos. But this week, the Cubbies lost to the RJ Nats win World Series. So the Cubbies lost to the Nats. Interesting how this is a football league and we're talking about baseball teams. Fantasy Hawks against Gilberto. So the championship next week is between the reigning champ and the 3rd seed from last year, the Fantasy Hawks. So, and I lost my consolation by a huge margin. I almost didn't even try, it looks like, but I did set my players. But you see how Dakota would have beat either one of these teams and probably would have been facing the Fantasy Hawks had they not lost in the first round to Gilberto. But that's how that works, man. I mean, we got 8 seeds for this one. We had some spoilers in that one. But now it just comes down to the number 6 seed and the number 2 seed for next week. So there's a championship for the God Chasers Football League rookie. There you go. Nats versus Fantasy Hawks. That's what's up. All right, moving on to the rookie league. I'm sorry, the veterans. God Chaser Football Veterans. Let's see who's doing what. There you go. And amazing. Isaiah was running the table all season. And in the final stretch, he loses in the first round. Look at that. Second round, sorry. He had to bye. The Titans and Isaiah both had to bye. And the Titans beat him, I guess, in one matchup. Let's just go back. And they beat him by points in order to get the first seed. So that eliminates the number 2 seed overall. And he had a good running. I want to check the schedule out real quick. Isaiah was went straight through until he lost to the Titans and the bottom feeder Freaks. That's crazy. That is a crazy loss right there. That changed the whole setup for his championship run. Had he not been the number 2 seed, he would have beat Bannerman. The Bombers would have beat the Titans. But that's not what happened. So the Titans can thank the Freaks for that. That was a big one. Big loss for Isaiah. It changed the whole course of the playoffs. So now, next week, the Bombers take on the Titans in the Veterans League. That is what's up. Number 4 seed. And I go move on to the consolation, hopefully, at the end. All right, moving on to the big one. God Chasers Football League. This is a big surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Big surprise. Look at this. What? First round. This is an 8 seed championship. Okay. 8 seeds. And the spoilers looks like cannot get it done. So no spoilers for this one. This is a straight up matchup. God Family Packers, the reigning champ right now. Okay. Fins fan are totally out of it. They got bumped after their division rival At the Cross. Let's just kind of look at that for a second. At the Cross has not been in it for a long time. He lost his last game, but because Guns and Rosen lost, who would have been the division champ had he won, lost to the Fin fan, which these two are related, by the way, if anybody didn't understand that. And At the Cross took the division by a slim margin, matching the division title, matching records, and got them in by points, even after losing, to get that 4th seed. So this one is the spoiler of all right now. This one's going to make it. All right. So this is who the top 8 teams were. The Titans just barely missed out on being their division champs. Such a heroic effort on their part, but they didn't make it to the division championship. And this league, man, was wide open for the last 3 weeks, and the Bombers took it out. So 3 weeks straight, 3 weeks of wins, and then numbers. Even though I tried to beat them, and I did. I defeated them. I tried to bump them out of the playoffs. They beat our division rival, the number 1 seed, to sneak in there. There are consequences. Watch out for this dude. Daleen Brewer down in, well, I don't know if he's up here or down there in Florida. I have to find out, man. I got to figure out where he's at. So anyways, this guy is the spoiler right now. So let's get back to where the championship bracket is. The Bombers beat their division rival for the 3rd time, I think. Then he's out. Or Debo, as he calls himself in other leagues. At the Cross beat his division rival, former division rival from years ago. He's out. So the Wyoming win will not get into the championship again this year. Who, if you look back in the history of the league, Wyoming Wind has been a force to be reckoned with for many years and has not been a factor since 2013 in the top 3. So what happened? What's going on with you, brother? Okay, and here you go. This is what I'm talking about. Bannerman narrowly got into the playoffs. 3rd seed is defeated by 120 points That was the Aze. Aze didn't make it. 62 points. Biggest blowout for the week. How did that happen? I'm gonna guess he had somebody on there. Let me see what was his team. Who he had in his team. Drew Brees, ladies and gentlemen. Could be the MVP. Okay. Christian McCaffrey, AJ Brown. Wow, he had a huge stack this week. So let's just look at that real quick. Big performers. McCaffrey has always been up there. Drew Brees almost doubled his projection. Kettle was not the factor this week. AJ Brown helped that out, more than doubling his projection. So was Ingram, and he chose, of course, the home team, the Bills defense. 4 sacks, 4 interceptions. He had 10 points allowed. Littleton, Wagner, White, and Hayward rounded off the defense. So get back to the main page. Incredible. This is an incredible go right now. This guy is on fire. Okay, so the champ defeats the Titans. So no goal for him. And look who we got as the matchup for next week. Some of you already figured it out. Bam. The Bombers at the Cross. God Family Packers and Numbers. The division rivals coming back to each other for a third rematch. Man, this is going to be exciting. You just can't tell what happens any given Sunday, any given Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, depending on when the NFL is going to air it. This week we have 3 Saturday games. 3 Saturday games, including one that moved. The Buffalo Bills playing at New England at 4:00. Buffalo is now marketable again to the NFL. So the last couple weeks, man, have been on the spotlight. We've had Thursday, Thanksgiving, that we beat the Cowboys. That was awesome. And we had a great win over the Steelers Sunday night. It's good news. Let's get to Christian League, where I'm not a factor at all. All right, so first round, here we go. Amazing Grace and Blue and Gold were the top 2 seeds. And Redeemed for Life, who matched the top 2 seeds in record, had defeated Broncos. If I'm not mistaken, the Broncos, nope, they weren't a factor. So it's the reigning champ is still in. Amazing Grace still in. And Most Wanted is not. So he's not going to be rounding off the 3rd place. But the Jesuits, with an astounding 109 points, lose to the 120 points of Psalm 23. Incredible. What a matchup, guys. To me, that was a game of the week. Even though the points in the schedule or whatever, Jesuit fought hard, man, to get to that 6th spot. But it was not enough to pass the reigning champ. And even though they weren't playing, they still looked like they set their players to show, kind of flex their muscles on who's got the points in their division. So Psalm has a lot to come against next week, and I believe they're the ones that are going to be playing Blue and Gold. And Redeemed for Life is playing their division rival next week. Look at that. That's going to be an amazing matchup. So congrats to Redeemed for Life and Psalm 23. And here's your matchup for next week. Week 16. This is the round 2 playoff. Winners of this will go to the championship this year. Could be a rematch between Sam and Amazing Grace, but don't count these guys out this year. Don't count them out. Let's hit up. There you go. Let's hit up the Christian World League. Here you go. Now we're getting into something that I'm involved in. Yes, I am indeed a factor. And it says that I route. Look at that. I was down and I came back. Who did I play? Not trying to get too into just myself, but look at that. I had Fitzpatrick as my quarterback. McCaffrey, Butler. There you go. All had solid days, except for Fells. Everybody had a touchdown. Nice. And a lot of sacks. Bills defense. Here you go. My defense wasn't really that great. We actually lost some points. On the bench there, had nothing. So, missed opportunity for the reigning champ, the defending champ, let me say. And I have matched him. Yes. All right. So, look who is the X Factor this year. The newbie in the league, but not a newbie to fantasy sports. It's Lockport Vern Lemke. We see that guy too much. He's everywhere. And as you see, last year, again, Germano has had 2 tries at the championship and lost both. Raider Nation has been in the top 3, has been in the championship twice. There's Germano with his 3rd attempt overall. The rematch and the win. Division rivals, once again. I might be in the championship this year. All right. That's what I'm talking about. What are the chances? I mean, Finns fan, look at this. The Finns fan made it with an 8-6 record to win their division. And they had 53 points on the fly there, but might have to set that matchup. So I beat Germano, and Sunday Night Lights is out. So who's next on deck? That's right. I am playing my division rival, who I've yet to beat consistently. Let's just see the schedule real quick. I beat him once, and I lost to him once. And you see our margin is very slim. 3 points there, less than 3 points there. Look at that. So it's basically within 3 points, he and I are matching each other. Let's see how that works out now. And I had the first place round. Oops, let's go back to that. My bad. Let's go back to that first place round. Okay. All right. So it's going to be me versus the Raiders, the defending champs, number 1 seed, and X Factor Lemke versus Finns fan. Kind of a wild card, really, even though his division was pretty tight. We'll give him that much. But man, look at this. Look at the points in this division here. Look what I had to go up against. Look at this. 93 moves. This champion wants to reign. He wants to rule. Look at that. That's my man right there. I like competitors like that. I would say him and Bishop Roberts are the 2 in my leagues that are the most competitive out of anybody. That is outstanding. And Papa Smurf down here. Look at that. What happened to you, bro? Nothing all season. Looks like we're replacing you. Sorry. You don't really want to defend your title from years ago. All right. Last but not least in the God Chasers franchises, and I'll overview the veterans one in a second, but the Fudge Bowl, again, this was created for Christian DJs at first. Now it's just Christian League, And we just have a division that's Christian DJs and entertainment and hip hop, Christian hip hop, whatever you want to call it. All right. Bad news for me, though. Look at that. The Water Walking Warriors were victorious. And you know what? No matter if it was him or Joyful Noise or Third Day, I would have lost to either one of them. It's a sad, sad day for me. And Yao has won the consolation 5th place, looks like. So that's done. And the bottom feeders here are fighting each other. Looks like Tidewater might go to the very last place at the end of the season. So Water Walker beats me, making that 4 straight for him. Who's on the roll right now? You got to watch out for those guys who are on a roll. And if you don't recall, let's recap the history. He did win 2 years ago. Could be coming back to the championship game. You know, you got Joyful Noise and Water Walker. And Finn's fan, quote, blue shirts. The only person that's won in the last several years is Water Walker. That's in the championship now. So it's Third Day, who returns after being in the championship twice, losing to their division rivals twice. Third Day was 3rd place 2 years ago, the year that Water Walkers went. But it's going to be down to these two now, guys. Here it is. The championship week 16. You have Third Day and Water Walker. Interesting. This is great. I like it when it's between divisions, not division rivals. Last year it was between division rivals. 2 years ago, between the divisions. 3 years ago, between division rivals. Division rivals. Division rivals. Nope, division between divisions. Division rivals. So this has been great. Been a great couple years, man, of competition. Let's see standings once again. Myself and Third Day were the most active. Finn's fan was right behind. Actually, Joyful Noise became the most active. Man, I just can't get back to the championship, can I? As hard as I try. It's like that one duck that says, I try and I try and I just can't swim. Oh, well. So congrats, Third Day, Water Walker. You guys are champions in the championship. And a brief recap. Bam. I am in the Final Four. Who's the X Factor? Nope. USN did not beat the higher seed, who is my division rival. And the Gravedigger did not beat the Locker Room Heroes. Also, Gravedigger being my division rival. Who else? And I beat my other division rival, Da Nang Gunfighter. Who's hot right now, though? Easy Rider and Jim's Bonnie Blue. There you go, guys. These are what's hot this week. So actually, I had the least of the scores of the wins this week. Still up there. I still advance for another rematch where I beat Easy Rider the last time. I think I'm going to get him this time. Again. And look at all the moves here. 55, 59. That's amazing. I had 22 most of my division, but we really didn't have true divisions this year for this league because they were really just everybody playing one team, and we just kind of broke it up, and nobody was really a division leader. If that was the case, I would have been in first place, but I probably would have been knocked out in the first round. So overall, it was interesting. And there was a little complaint that Bill didn't make division champ to be in the playoffs, and Gravedigger ended up being the one that made it by points. So there was a little complaint controversy there. Nevertheless, here we are. So I got to set my team's points. Let's see what's going on in the Facebook group, if anything. So any comments, any complaints? I really don't care about complaints. That's just not my worry. It's not my forte. Some people probably watching on Facebook Live. So, anywho, here I am to worship, bow down to Jesus Christ, my Lord. I'm very busy, and I play drums for church, so sometimes that can get crazy. We do have a lot of practices, but because my schooling is complete, as of Friday night, my last assignment was submitted. Saturday, I did a film festival, a mini film festival. Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to get into hockey in a second. Buffalo Sabres are finally back up on the up and up. We'll get back to that in a second. So, been busy, and I finally, we got a new camera in at the church, so I'll be busy with that. So, it is what it is, man. So, anyways, I want to just want to thank everybody that's watched the football um, league so far. And I'm excited. I'm happy. This has been a great year. Every year it seems to get more and more competitive, more fun. We always bump out the people that are bums, and we bring in some new people that have never competed with us or are new to a certain league, but have competed with us in other leagues. It's all about being active, guys. That's what I'm all about, man. And nothing against anybody. We want you to fellowship with us regardless. But man, you gotta be active in the leagues, man. You gotta be active. So I'm ready. I'm ready to get into all these hockey teams now. So I'm in 2 championships, y'all. I'm in the top 4 for two leagues out of 7. It's not a bad ratio. Let's hit hacky. You know what? Let's do hacky last. I didn't set my teams anyways. Let's go to basketball first. Okay? We are in week 9. Okay. So in week 8, I'm going to see how I did. Just set my team real quick. I still got an injured guy. I didn't do well, I don't think. I lost to Dakota. I'm in 5th place still. So let's see how that league's doing. I didn't set my team all day yesterday either, so I'm already behind on everything. So I'm against the Nuggets this week. And Bishop Roberts is topping the league. Yao, Ozzy, Dakota, myself, Army of God, top 6 right now. Playoffs are 6 seeded. Okay, so here's what happened. Bombers beat Yao. Army of God beat Ozzy. Roberts beat Nuts. And Devo beat Nuggets. So tough battle for some. And most of the top seeded people, except for Bishop, lost. So Bishop moves up even further in the ranks. Dakota and Roberts are the 2 that are most active right now. Nuggets and Debo are doing nothing. So we got to change that. So who's next? Sorry. Let's open that up a little bit bigger. My bad. go back to the Eastern Division real quick. Here's a recap. Last week's scores. Okay, we have Dakota beat me. Bombers beat Yao. Army of God beat Ozzy. Roberts beat Nuts. Debo beat Nuggets. All right, so Bishop Roberts right now is on top. Go to the West. Set my team first. I'm in first place. And it looks like I beat making everybody believe. So that's a good deal. But looks like I got some injuries. Put him on the bench for now. He can't. We don't have a ill plus, so I'm gonna just set all them right now for a week. See what's going on with him. In the second, add somebody later. And this is where the league's at right now. All right, so I'm playing Yao. But I made everybody believe that the Bills are number one, so I beat them. Lockport Lemke beating a rival, longtime rival, Turkeys. All right. Andy Roberts, okay, once again, Bishop is on top of his game. Top four at least. Beating Go Team. Defending champ, 3-time defending champ, I think, 2-time at least. Army Knights beating Q, staying in second place. Still 10 points behind me. I'm keeping pace, keeping it up there. And Yao lost to Creepers. Jeepers Creepers. So, all right. So, Turkey is not really doing too well this season. And again, the Knights, Lockport, making everybody believe last couple of years in the championship. Turkey does not seem to be healthy right now. But I am. But see where I've always finished. Has been since 2013 that I've had a championship run. So hopefully I'm making changing that pattern. And there you go. The Western. Let's hit up God Chaser Basketball Association free for all. All right. Not a good start this week. It's because I didn't set my league. Oh, not a good finish last week. Let's go hit up what happened. I lost to Darrell or Daryl, however you want to pronounce it. Wyoming win. Kind of a revenge for losing in the football league. Beating the Bombers here. 8-2. Butch and Turkey matched each other, staying pretty close in the race. Top 4 and 5. Space Jam losing to Q's. Q's in this league doing real well. McRuben beating McNasty. All right. Staying in first place. Staying a pace above 2 below him. And let's see. Top Gun Angel losing to Psalm 104. That's pretty tough defeat, actually. Not as bad as mine, though. Darrell jumps up, stays in top of his division now because of me. You're welcome. But I'm not handing that to you for free. I've had no moves all year. That's probably what the problem is. I'm going to have to start making some moves in this league. Let's just see if I have injuries. Nope, I'm good so far. Start the players and move forward. All right, so back to free-for-all. Next one is the Gospel of B-Ball. Let's see what I did. I beat the Transformers. I'm in 5th place. Good. Any injuries? Nope, pretty decent. Start my league for the week. But I'm kind of slipping behind Yao, who's right above me. So I got to get to that top spot here. Got to make some moves. How's my move? I only made one move so far. And Yao, actually, none of us really made too many moves in this league. So winning is a helpful tool for me to gain that momentum. I'm doing pretty decent, being only 7 points from stunting. And let's see, we got what happened last week. I beat Transformers, Tension, Zeppelins. Chalmers lost to Stunton. Most Wanted, Durrell matched each other. Gilberto beating Yao. So that's going to be a good matchup. Ozzy versus Yao in the coming weeks. Let's go back to I think the last two. One Accord B-Ball Jam. This one was started with the One Accord DJs originally, and now we have a couple other Christian League participants. But the top dog of this league has been Mile High Ballers, and he's off to a bad start with somebody coming up to the ranks this week, but it's only been day one. So let's see what's happening last week. Good. Third place. That means I'm top of that division, beating American Author. Rock's Brigade beating my division rival. Yes. Because he's right behind me. Water Walker right there. Got to keep him behind me because he's competitive. Mark's team beat Debo. Mile High Baller beat my division rival Saints. HJ Saints or Chalmers. Ozzy beating Husky, my division rival. Phil's team beating Nice Cheat. Nice Cheat has a nice name. So 3 divisions this league. Again, Mile High Baller is 24 points ahead of his division. You think he's going to make it to the playoffs? Still early. But man, all these guys are in very, very bad shape. All losing big. Mile High winning big. Does not look good for this division. So, but as far as the top spot, they're still, like Jim Carrey said, so you're telling me there's a chance. Yes, after Rock's Brigade right now, burning up the waves, and I'm staying right here as competitive as I can. We're both in the 600s. We're right behind him. I've stopped the baller before in the past, so anything's possible. Ozzy defeated him last year, if you don't recall. But I stopped Mile High Baller to go into the championship. Oh no, I think that was Debo. So, but I did beat him in the regular season. So that was the year I went undefeated. I was like the New England Patriots of the. I was the New England Patriots of that basketball league that year. All right, so here we are. Schedule time. We don't need to talk about that. So there he is. All these wins right here. And that's a win for me. And I'm happy I got that win because I needed to get closer to the top dogs. Rock's Brigade, though, look at them. Sneaking up. Starting off real good. 7-1 against the top dog. I think I set these guys. Nope, didn't set them all yet. So let's just set it and forget it. One Accord B-Ball Jam. Okay, we got to go number 2. One Accord B-Ball Jam 2. There it is. Dakota is beating me right now this week because I haven't set my league again. But hey, I did pretty good last week, so let's check that out in a second. But here's the top dogs for these 2 divisions. The Nats and Guyano. I think that's how you pronounce it. Guyano. David's Mighty Men. These are all champions at one point. So let's just go back and recap last week. I defeated the Borough Bombers. I needed to because he was ahead of me. He was keeping me from the playoffs. So I had to beat him. Had to do it. Space Jam beat Bus Bandwagon. The top dog beat Dakota. Let's see. David's Mighty Men beat PG, and Guyana. Guyano. Guyano. I don't know. Scruffy's Nerf Herders. Somebody's a Star Wars fan. Okay. There you go, guys. There's the league. And let me just set that dude. Usually when I start set my teams, they time me out because I did too much. Oh no, I said too much. Why am I singing that in a Christian league? What's wrong with me? All right. I'm going to get to that hockey in a second. Just stand by. One more division. One more league here. Non-sanctioned leagues that I'm in. I'll just recap it, set it, forget it. So I won. I beat somebody. I beat Blessed Redemption. I'm still in last place though. So I got to fight pretty hard this next couple weeks to get out of this basement. But here's all the leaders. Chubbs beat whosoever, and Slammers. New York Nets beat the Cavs. And there's the championship possibilities right there. Top 6. And I am so far behind. But that could change, ladies and gentlemen. You will not see me quit, no matter how far back I get. And that almost rhymes. Excusez-moi. Go back to basketball. So I got to win. Thank you. And let's go to the veterans. See what they're doing. I was in 5th place overall. How did I do last week? Oh, yes, I beat the Golden State Warriors. The Grapes, by the way, is a nickname they gave V4 Division on the flight deck of the USS Ranger, all the Navy carriers, people who basically fuel the aircraft. All right, so I won, and here's all the other leaders. It was pretty tight for the last couple of weeks, but it's starting to separate little by little. These 3 guys are pretty close. Somebody like myself, I think, took them out last week. So these guys are pretty close. Look at that. Yeah, I took out the 40th to knock them out of their tie. But overall, these guys are doing about the same, top 3. And the top 6 is still pretty tight. Everybody's still got a chance, really. So we'll see how that works out. I think, did I set this yet? Looks like it's set. Go to the next day. So who you got on your teams? I drafted Buddy Held or whatever you want to call his name. And I don't think he's doing that great. But buddy, get in my belly. Y'all ready for a little hockey? I can't wait till I really can wait. But I enjoy football, man. We got 1 or 2 more weeks left of football, and it's going really well. I'm going to go right to I beat Gets Off My Lawn. We had him as a guest a couple weeks ago. Yes, I needed that win. Ooh, I got an injured reserve here. Oh, I don't have injuries on this league, do I? All right, so he's on the bench as an injured reserve. Let's go to the league. I'm to the east side. Look at that. Ontario Mavericks I'm taking on this week. Look at that. I'm trying, man. Got to stay up there. Look at that. Gets off. Bowen is his name. If you ever do watch this, I just want to put this up there for a little bit longer. I want to brag. I got the bragging rights again. It's cool talking with you, Bowen. Maybe next time we'll get you on again. But yep, it's a sad day for Bowen. Sad week. So even though I'm really, really doing bad, very bad, it was a good victory for me. A little help with the Bombers. the definitive win over another rival who was right there close to me. So that combination brought me back out of the basement a little bit. Bishop Roberts, once again, is trying to make his run as well, make a statement, beating Isaiah. And the Cyclones taking on thin ice. The Mavericks taking on the Puckers. That was a great win last week for both of them. So thin ice, again, they're always competitive no matter what league they're in. They're in the top of a lot of these hockey leagues you'll see in a minute. So that's probably one of the most competitive out of all the leagues that we have. But this is the East. And here's where the standings are right now for the Metropolitan. It's the same kind of ice cream that I like. Atlantic doesn't have an ice cream, I don't think. So Mavericks stay on top of the whole thing. Bombers are right there with a huge jump. And I took down Getzoff to slow him down a little bit. He's still in the top 4, so he's not a sucker, that's for sure. But I had to get myself out of there, out of the basement. And this loss helped me out a little bit, looks like. And that one as well. So all right, so I'm getting there, man. I'm coming back slowly but surely. All right, let's hit up the West. Let's go. What's going on in the West? The Wild Wild West. God Chasers Hockey League West. Here we go. All right, so there's the start of the week. It's only one day in, so it's not a big deal, but it still gives you an opportunity to jump up or down a couple days. Yes. Once again, trying to make that playoff bid. I'm in the 7th place right now. Lockport, 2nd, took out Turkey. Is another longtime rival once again. Heck, look at that. Henrik taking on the Checkers, took them out big time. Boo Boo Bandits took out the Sharks. Sharks are not doing too well at all this year, which is very surprising. And 4th place, on thin ice, was defeated by Liberty Flames. And the Flames are no schmucks either. They had a championship 7 years ago, so you just never know. 8 years ago, actually. Count starting 2020. So Henrik and the Sharks, championship bracket last year. Sharks do not look like they are even going to come close. Their entire division is already 100 points. I can't even break 100 yet. My division is pretty tight up top. But the Bandits and Lemke are the top division teams right now. Central Pacific. So it's going to be tough, man. Lemke's on fire. 23 moves already. The Sharks had 41 moves. That's crazy. I don't know how that's going to help with all them moves. I'm going to set my lineup real quick. I'm going to go to the next division. Let's see. Ooh, I got an injured goalie. He's got to be put on leave of absence for a few minutes. So I'll come back to that and reset that league. Try to get me some help in that goalie this week. I need it. Playing blue line checkers, they're not softies either. Let's go to the God Chaser Hockey League International, where I'm going up and down, first and third. Seems like every week. How did I do last week? Yes, 8-2 against Espresso, a division rival. Nice. And Black and Blues taking out Will Bethlehem, who was in the championship, I think, right? Nope, Wonderful Zeal was. So Will Bethlehem looks like he's going to be a team that we got to replace next year because he's not active at all. He hasn't been for a couple years. Serious. He's the division rival. So we gotta replace him. Anybody who wants to bid for that, let me know now. I'll invite you. So Brian Culshaw. I'm sorry. This was 3 minutes ago. A. What's that all about? B. So Water Walker, yes, you have defeated me in the Fudge Bowl Championship Football League. Not happy about that. You can chime in other than just texting on Facebook. You know that. Chime in if you can. If not, I get you. If you got your cell phone, basically, all you got to do is just log in to your cell phone, and I'll get you into the call. We'll get your face in this thing if you want. So come check it out, bro. Come check it out. Brian Culshaw, I'm calling you out, man. Get your cell phone, put your face on this thing. We'll talk about these leagues if you want. Come on in. I'm going to go to it. I'm going to keep talking. Let's go to this other league that we're in here. All right. Just recap that. Trying to stay competitive. In third place, it's not a bad thing. This is a very competitive division league. The league is competitive, but the division looks like it's lacking a bit. So we're going to have to push some people. But I'm going to keep pushing as far as I can. I'm only 3 points behind my division leader. And it's not a bad place to be in. I think that was Germano that or the Jams, what do you call them? The Jayhawks. Nope, that wasn't him that beat him. That was Blues beat on thin ice. Another great competitor. Okay, let's go to the other leagues. The Christian Hockey League. Here we go. How did it go last night? Not too bad. Claremont, you're doing well for me. Thank you. Bread of Life, I took them out. Bombers took out Lemke. Predville. Predheads took out Germano. Number 1 seed right now. On thin ice, took out Lightning. And Cutthroats took down the Henrik. The old Henrik. Henrik, how are you doing there, Henrik? Predhead took me out last year in the championship. And they right now are not even close to being a factor in their division. Germano is the top dog right now, which I hope I get to compete against in the championship again someday. I took him out in football this year. Yay! Yes. Lemke is my division rival. He's right up there trying. Didn't do too well this week. Bombers took him down. But yeah, this is gonna be a tight one here. These three are uber competitive. They're matching each other in points just about. And I'm just behind them guys. Even though I'm the division leader, I'm behind these three super slap shotters. Maybe I can start my starting lineup real quick. Get back to five and 0. Not bad for not starting my team yesterday. All right. Let's get to a couple other last ones that are non-sanctioned hockey leagues. And that will round it off for this week. How's that? The Pagulaville. Anybody fantasy football or fantasy hockey leagues that wants to be take over this managerless team. The good thing about it is there's 4 playoff spots out of 6 teams playing. So you can knock one of these guys out if you want. If you want to compete with me, do it. Give me 1 second. Support assistant. All right. I didn't ask for it. Let's let it run. All right. So once again, last week, Rasmus Dahlin, who's truly injured, did an outstanding job defeating the managerless team decisively. So remaining 10-0. That's how the Sabres should be. Should be 10-0 right now. Look at all my injured players, man. Jeez. Jeez Luis. I got to do something about this matchup here. Let's see. Is this day-to-day? Can I put him as? Yes, I can. So what I'll do, put my non-defenseman as an alternate wing. See what I can do with that matchup this week. And see if it changes my status points-wise. All right, so there you go. I got my points set up. Looks like I could win this week again against Frank. I mean, I got a stellar team. I'll show you the team if you want to. Again, this was all drafted too. Whew, man. Rasmus Restolina. That's my dog with my defense right here. Yep. I got 2 defensemen that are injured. One's day-to-day. So I'll maintain that the rest of this week. I think I'll be in good shape, but you never know. So there we are. That's how it went down last week. 428 points. Yep. I am killing this league, guys. All right. Let's go to another competitive league, Veterans Hockey League, where I'm doing above projection, but I'm not really going to win if I don't set my team. This guy, I'm playing against pretty tight dude. First place. Doing real well. Look at all the points he's got so far. 3,600 versus my 2,900. But I'm coming back, dogs. Devil dogs. I'm going to take you out this week. So I'm playing the top dog, and I could win this week. I do believe I can. I'm going to just set this team. Go back to the start in a second. See who I got. All right. I got to get to set my players. Sometimes when I do this, it gives me an error message because it's kind of upset because I'm doing all these lineups and I'm not really interacting with the leagues. And then they bump me out. So that's if I try to do it too quickly, too quickly. All right, so that keep me up there now. That's going to be my projected points. It's a possibility I can win. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But this is what happened last time. I lost to Hamtown. Thunder, number 1, took out Puck Idol. So Hamtown is still up there in the top 2 as a result. Gravedigger beat Jim Soldier 1. Phantoms on Ice beat the Hawks. And Ali Matters beats the Devil Dogs. All right, so this is the possibilities. I'm hoping that the Devil Dogs lose. But either way, I mean, if all these guys lose, everybody has at least one loss. I'm good, man. I can handle that. Last but not least, I know this is a long recap, but this is what I do, man. This is what I do. This is a public league, I think. Nope, Veterans Hockey League. Haven't set it up. I'm against the top dog right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back into this one. I'm playing Semper Fi this week. And starting off with a bad note. Division leader, 161 points, matched up against the Hawks. So we're tied, really. Second and third place. Hawks are doing well, and I'm not. Hawks are playing number 1 seed, and they starting off pretty good. But the Hawks, look at the Hawks last week. What happened to them? Who did they play against? Hamtown. Hammer time. Hamtown is not a joke, man. He seems to be pretty competitive in every league he's in. Look at this division. Look at how many moves total. That's over almost 150 point moves right there. But just that one division right there, 150. And look at our division. It's no wonder I'm doing well. But let's see. That's how bad it was. All right. I beat Broad Street Bullies, who is very competitive. And I think he's the commissioner, matter of fact. So everybody wants to beat the commissioner. So it looks like this division is doing everything they can to suppress the division. The Hawks lost to Ham again. Semper Fi beating Moser. Myself beating the Bullies. Irish Strong beating the Pioneers. Back Bottom Burt beating the Grinders. And number 1 seed destroyed Iserman. 13-1. Wow. That's incredible. I mean, how can anybody lose that bad? 10-3-1. Okay. But 13-1-0? Come on, buddy. Get in the game. Or not, because you're in my division. That's okay. All right, guys. Listen, I just wanted to shout out the Buffalo Sabres for being on a good streak finally. And maybe I'll put a little recap of that on another date. But Sabres are on the streak. The Bills are on the streak. We're back. Like the city of Buffalo sports is back. A lot of people didn't miss us. Some people got exhaustion because we were in the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, and we had a run at the playoffs in '99, the same year that the Buffalo Sabres lost in '99 to the Dallas Stars. So since '99, we really haven't made any buzzwords in the social media area. We haven't trended in anything. Nobody's really talking about Buffalo. But now they are, especially with the Bills. National spotlight. 3 games were actually. 4, I would say 4 games because, of course, the Patriots this Saturday, but Steelers, Ravens, Cowboys. Those were big games that we played in. We lost to the Ravens, but we beat Pittsburgh, got to the championship, or got into the playoffs now. And, Dallas, Thanksgiving Day. Doesn't get any better than that. We got a good young team, and I think we have the team that could change the AFC East now and put, hopefully, Brad Pitt, Tom Brady, put Tom Brady to shame and send him to retirement. It's time. 20 years is enough, man, of Patriots chaos. Tired of Patriots. I got Patriot exhaustion. Never was a fan of the Patriots. If any other team in the East I was a fan of, it was the New York Jets. That's it. I was also San Diego Chargers fan. LA Chargers, okay. I was an LA Rams fan. So LA, New York was always my teams. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited, man, about the playoffs for the fantasy football leagues to see what happens. I'm sad that somebody took me out in the first round. last week, and then again this past week for the second round. Not really a fan of losing. I'm pretty much a very competitive person, which is why I like the people that are involved with us this year in all the leagues, because they're all competitive and they all, you know what I mean? They all are doing their best, the ones that are sticking around for the last 20 years almost now. Actually, this is it. 2020 marks our 20th anniversary. So I'm going to do something special this year. I got trophies for 2020. Got trophies. All right. We're going to have people. What's oops? Not really, though. What do you mean? Call Shaw. What are we talking about, Brian? I don't know what you're talking about. Oops, not really, though. You got to be more specific. Anyways, I'm really excited though, because we have a great season coming up of baseball, and that's going to begin the 20th anniversary. We've had some leagues that are within, I don't know, I would say within 5 years to the 20 years. So we have different lengths of time for each league. Yeah, I know you beat me. I already mentioned that. Okay. I already talked about the shamefulness of me losing to you of all teams. All right. I bragged about you. You weren't on when I bragged about you, about your run in this playoffs, winning 4 in a row. I got you on the wrong time. You know what I mean? Even though I'm the division champ, and I'm going to keep bragging about that at least, I'll give it to you for coming back and making it happen in the football leagues. But you're my division rival still in basketball, and I got you on that right now. So we'll see what happens with that one, the end of that season. So don't brag too much. Good luck though in the playoffs. You got a good team, and you might return back to the championship. Who knows? That'd be great, right? Let's go back. I'm gonna go to Fudge Bowl real quick. Since you're right there, we'll brag about you. Okay. Football leagues. That's my teams. Hang on. This computer's getting slower. All right, you're in the championship. Sorry. So congratulations going back to the championship. Yeah, I love you too, man. All right. I'll just put your little comment. I beat you. This is what we're talking. This is what Brian's talking about. He's in the live Facebook chat part, so I'm posting some of his messages. All right. Yeah, I think it's funny. LOL. All right. Football. Yeah, we know you beat me in football, and yeah, I love you too, bro. So, all right. So good luck on you in the championship against Third Day. It's been a while since Third Day has been this one. Let's recap. Never won. Had 2 blue shirts and Vince fan. Blue, Third Day is competitive, but he's a top seed, and you got a lot to work against. So look at that. You got the points though. Good job, man. Good job on all the points. So congratulations, the top dogs for Fudge Bowl. I have yet to regain my crown in the Fudge Bowl. Man, 2013, that's 7 years ago. 6 years ago. It's going to be a tough one. Let's see what you guys are going to look like. All right. Let's see if there's a matchup. All right. You're the underdog by only 2% difference. Aaron Rodgers versus Carson Wentz. That's going to be a good matchup right there. Hopkins, Landry, Sanders, Elliott. See, Elliott, I think, has got the edge on this one over Gurley, and I think their points are pretty accurate. And Mostert, this is the guy right here. He's the X factor. Mostart. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Mostert, like mustard. I'll just call him R Mustard. He's going to be your X factor. So these two running backs, especially with Elliott running against Philadelphia and Mustard trying to run against the Rams, these two guys are going to be the ones that determine who wins. That's just my opinion. Seeing how they played in other leagues, that's what's going to happen. So good luck. Third days looks like he's got the edge by a little bit, according to this. If that's all what's on their benches here. Okay. Yep, I think there's a lot more chances for third day, so I'll pick him. I don't think we have like a pick 'em league in this one. I'm gonna do that anyways. I'm gonna go right to the pick 'em and see if we got it. Got to pick 'em. Stand by. Please stand by. Do we have a pick 'em? I don't think we do. Oh, hang on. Everybody make their bids now. Nobody has chosen anybody. Oh, that's only for the regular season. No. How is that? Oh yeah, it is. There you go. All right, so I'm making my bids. Yeah, I'm going against you just because you're my division rival. So I'm picking third day to win. I'll pick Finn's fan. Nah, Debo. Blue shirts, and I'm gonna pick myself. What do you think? Of course, I'm gonna pick myself. So I'll be joyful noise at least. All right. So you have your chance this week to see who's going to just win in the last week. 4 games matchup. Real simple. Good luck to everybody that's in the leagues and all their championships this week. It is not me though. All right. So there it is, man. Good times. Great chats. It's too much fun. Let's just move forward and see what happens. Any questions, any comments, any complaints? Well, if there are complaints, I don't want to know. Okay. I really don't care. If there are complaints, then just call the complaint department. You ever see that T-shirt where it's like a hand grenade and you pull the pin and there's a number on it? That's what I'm saying. That's the complaint department. So, but yeah, I had a great time, man. I mean, I got 2 leagues that I can be in a championship next week, and I have just been eliminated by 1, and the rest of my teams had no chance. So it was good time, good season. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. The biggest thing is watching my Bills doing what their thing right now. And this Saturday is another big game for us. And they put us out there prime time, knowing not prime time, but in the afternoon, 4:30, knowing that game would be possibly a division championship possibility for either team. Of course, Miami would have to beat New England next week, the following week, and we would have to beat the Jets the following week. Those are possibilities. So I'm counting on Fitz magic to work his magic and defeat the Patriots. So I'm rooting for Miami. I don't really root for Miami for anything. But when they play the Patriots, I root for Miami as long as they're not close to us in division ranks. So, all right. That's it. On to the next week. We'll see you next either Monday before Monday Night Football or Tuesday like today to recap what happened. Peace, everybody.